Alright, here we go folks, AFL23, it is now live. I'm on Steam playing. No, I know, I was muted, I was talking to someone, so I know you couldn't hear me, but you should be able to hear me all okay now. Hope everyone's doing well. I don't know what to do. Alright, let's get around the stream folks. Oh, is it very loud? Let's change the music settings. Games always start with volumes overall at about 100. Is that any better? Let me know if that's okay. I'll leave it about 51. People have already got the codes for at the events. That's how I got this one a bit earlier. That's how my install happened a bit quicker. So it's play online like us. Yeah, appreciate the follows. I don't know what I want to look at. Currently. Is it still loud, or has it gone quieter again? No Holy Grail. No protein yet, from what I could see on here. I'll do this. Evening, Grok, how are you, mates? So, okay, so you've got the old create a player feature. Let us know if the master volume needs to be turned down a bit, let me know. We'll have a look at some face scans. Go through the crows first, we'll just go top to bottom. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be reasons why the pro team's not there. We'll find out in due course, I imagine. Gee, he's ugly, isn't he? I'm tempted to jump into a game, folks. I think I've got to jump into a game. I know most of you are going to get this game soon, so you can all see the list for yourselves. Let's jump into a game, fuck it. Let's do it. The suspense is killing me. State League. Hey, Raiden, how are you? Here we go. I'm going to go Richmond because, you know, who do you want the opponent to be? I wonder if it can change from the AFL. I'll go Freo only because I saw someone today say there hasn't been much posted about Freo. I've got the kits here. Big Nen Curvis. Ooh. So there you go, folks. There's the Anzac Day Guernsey. For those who are wondering if Anzac was going to be in there, Anzac Day Guernseys are in. So there's our Anzac one. Which is pretty cool. You know what? We're going to have to play with the Anzac Guernsey, I think. What's Freo's like? Oh, that's a pretty cool one. So there's Freo's Gather Round kit. For anyone wanting to know, Freo's Gather Round kit is in. Let's roll with that. Freo's Gather Rounds. Match settings. I'll try to get a couple of games done. Stadiums. So I know we went through the stadium list on a previous stream, but we'll... so you got your main ones there. But I think we have to go... I think we're going to have to try Punt Road Oval, I reckon. I think you're right, Grok. Play at Punt Road. Casey Fields, I want to play there because it's close to here, but it is windy there. So all these look the same as per the previous videos and gameplay that I've played. Which is good. Am I missing something? Is Punt Road not there? Oh, Swinburne, thank you. Seriously stupid. So the games we played, we were doing 2.5 minutes. I might do 3.5. I'll do 3.5 so we can try and get through some games. Match difficulty. I'll go easy. We'll see what happens. Day, AFL, injuries enabled, sure. Weather, showers, cloudy, hot. Showers, wind on. I'll do a Collingwood game next if someone can remind me. Manage club. So the only thing that I can see missing from here still is no personalising custom tactics. I'm almost certain that that's going to come out on a patch of some sort, because I think there's a correlation between what we see on the coaches board and tactics. So I feel like that's something that's going to be there. So you can set roles, edit other side. Also, I can change Fremantle stuff. That's interesting. I reckon, Jordan, the tactics will be there. Fen, welcome. I think they will, because as you can see, Richmond's got their Anzac kit, so I don't know why. I don't see why they wouldn't. Maybe that's not a bad point, but I don't think that would be the case. I reckon that the tactics should be in everything. I have a feeling they'll be to come. So appreciate the follows, guys. Make sure we get around it. How good is AFL23? It's finally here. Punt Road Oval.
We're live from the Punt Road Oval.
That's right. There's still a patch to come. So
match between Richmond and Fremantle. Pre-season matches are great opportunities to try out new tactics and set plays.
Tactics will come, I'm confident. No pro team is visible at the moment, so I don't know whether that's to come in the patch. Like we've said though, there's a lot of licensing things that have to get ticked off to be able to get. Oh, why did I pick black and black? What an idiot! To get pro teams done, so there'll be a reason why. Tyler won the giveaway, Kieran. Oh, Fremantle kicking to the right. The Anzac Guernseys. Oh, they've even got like the lest we forget the names down the bottom. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll test some camera angles. This is the actual game, Vui. Apologies if I say that wrong. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to play the first quarter on the normal camera angle just to maybe readjust myself to playing. And then the second quarter onwards, we'll play with some different camera angles and see how we go, guys. Make sure you drop a follow, get behind us.
All systems go for what should be a beauty. Nankervis wins the hit out. Taranto on the same page
nowhere
as
near
his
that.
ruck.
I absolutely
Away.
blasted
Chapman
that.
marks on the last
The little achievement popped up for ruck contest.
Good kick. Clark
Pro tip,
uses the
don't
body
select
well.
two teams with black
in the
jumpers.
right
That was
spot.
absolutely
Probing ball.
stupid.
Quality delivery by foot. Greg Williams would have been proud of that one. Look at the space he's got to work with. He's so clean with the footy. Grimes wins it back. Great mark. Can he hit a target?
Out into the wing.
The Tigers are out of trouble. Searching
Oh
kick.
no.
That's generous, and this could hurt the other way.
Got to
Doesn't
spoil
often
here with the
waste
stick.
it. Has to be clean. Got to get it forward now. The defenders will be nervous. Grimes wins the contest.
Yeah, I think I've made a
and
big
can
mistake
relieve
here
the
picking
pressure.
two black
Normally
kits.
delivers. Flostone receives a neat pass at halfback. He might have thought about the corridor. Misses the target, and it's out of play.
Nah, this isn't the patch
Gary
yet.
Ryan is here. Gaz, what are your thoughts on what we've seen so far?
Both coaches have clearly planned thoroughly.
So second
to take
quarter,
away
I'll do
each other's
different camera
strengths, and
angles.
So far, we've got a dour struggle.
How will the umpire see this? It's amounted to nothing.
Oh, wrong way.
Pickett doing the grunt work.
Stay in, stay in, stay in, stay in.
Nankervis gets a good bounce.
We might be in for a
Timing of the
match here
marks,
if
yep,
the
that
early
is,
going
that does
any
play a
indication.
part. Yes, it does. 70 gig, yep, without that was just,
Darcy
that was on
gets his
Steam.
hand to it. Brayshaw, read at best. They might be caught out on the turnover. He's gone. Hopper puts his head over it. That sloppy play, and it could come back to bite. Not good footy there. He's been busy
we're
so
away on the wing
far.
here.
Prestia marks on centre wing. Clever kick. He's hit up the lead. That has to hurt.
Oh, I knew that was
They
going to
should have
happen.
been going forward. Now they'll have to defend. Can he find a teammate? Tarrant spoils. He's not one to take a backward step.
Okay, so if you push,
Set sail for
when the
home,
ball's on the ground
and he
there, I
is
was tapping
delivered.
square and it actually taps the ball on the ground, which is
Give us a
interesting.
reward on the scoreboard.
So you do need to time the mark. We'll do some different camera angles at the next quarter. Maybe I'll do Collingwood next game at Casey Fields against someone.
There's an argument for a free kick there.
Appreciate the love and support, guys. Make sure you get behind us. Who else is getting it tomorrow?
Taranto fighting hard. McIntosh gathers. This is promising.
Oh, is that combo?
That should be on the ball for the
here
goal.
we go. So you can see the wind's blowing rapidly to the right here. Shit.
To break the duck.
Curving.
That will have to wait.
They dodged a bullet there. They might not be so
lucky.
No,
cheese grade how mate. Surely there's pro clubs. I wish AFL would shit the bed with pro clubs in AFL game. There's just too many people.
He's everywhere at the moment. That's not 15. He's run into trouble.
Jocelyn.
A chance to clear now. Rioli takes an excellent grab. Sees something he likes.
Stab pass.
Good thinking.
L1 modifier there, guys.
Too. I don't think he meant to smother it. The kick was ill-directed. He's normally better than that. He's off. He's made a hot start to this match. Manages to find a teammate. Kicks inside the forward 50. Bolton got to the right position and hung on.
To put them back
no silver platter. Nah, the Butler. You know what it's like, Mitch. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to kick a drop punt. So you got your power bar and then the timing, which is the hard part.
This will be a close thing.
Get in there.
That's a quality finish. He's a beautiful kick.
Let's go. Cheers for the sub. Thank you very much, Dick. Much appreciated. So the other thing I'm trying to keep an eye out for too is if there's different free kicks paid. One thing I noticed was the only free kicks paid were holding the ball, essentially. So I'm just keeping an eye out to see if there's different frees. Oh, there you go. See it come out in the tackle there.
Hand pass, truth told. Revo lurking menacingly.
Oh, banana.
Sets up a foot race.
Out in the full. There you go, that was silly. All right, so at quarter time, we'll change some camera angles. So this is what I mean. These coaches' boards, I'm almost certain will have correlation to tactics within the game. All right, let's interactive replay. That's interesting. Settings. Let's have a look. So you got main HUD. So you can disable the score string, gameplay, replays, all ball trail. I'll turn that on so we can see what that does. Radar, team color, HUD, audio. I'm not caring about that part. Okay, so side close. Do we have a look at side close? So you got like your sliders as well. Cinemetrics blur only. Side dynamic, end far, end normal, end close, end dynamic. Broadcast far, broadcast normal, broadcast close. We'll do end far because it's kind of going to be opposite, I suppose, to what we had.
Clearance or inside 50s.
No, Pro Teams is not available right now.
Continues like this, we're in for a treat.
Oh, yes, you got the ball tracker.
Thanks for that. Sarong in the thick of it as ever. Frederick into the action again already. Throws it on the boot. Ball to be won on centre wing. Clark collects the half volley. Flostone chops it off.
So I suppose it swings from end to end.
To clear the footy, so we'll have another ball up.
I appreciate that, Cheesy. If we can get to 1K followers tonight, that'd be epic.
They have a good understanding.
Tackle him.
Those two.
Oh, go.
You might have thought about hand passing.
See, I'm not a massive fan of the swing of the camera.
Gathers on the forward flank. Young charges onto it. Clever handball. Tarrant is calm in a crisis. To no one in particular. Clean pickup. They cannot keep him quiet.
He's got some pace out here. Let's go.
Taranto has it on a string. Solid tackle.
Ball up.
Great tackling technique there.
I love you too, Hand. I love you too. What's everyone's thoughts on the end-to-end camera? I'm not a massive fan, only because
Look at him go.
I suppose of how many turnovers there are in AFL compared to like your 2K.
Couldn't get an effective disposal. Gives the handball away. Frederick has brought his own ball. This should end in a shot at goal. They're moving the footy well here.
I'm not sure about when
He's
pro
off.
teams will
The
be out. I
defence
assume
is
it'll be out in one of the
disorganised.
early
Darcy
patches.
has got off the
So,
chain.
like we've said in
That
other
is
streams,
very
there's a lot of
close.
stuff that has to
They
go
had to
into
be
pro
patient, but
teams
they
because it's
were
all
able to pick their
individual
way through and
licensing and
eventually
like
score.
sign-offs and things like that. So
So the
maybe there's
underdogs
pieces that
throwing down
weren't
the gauntlet.
fully
You can
signed off. I'm
see
not sure. We'll
their
have to wait and
belief
see what
growing.
comes back.
It's been a great duel between the two big men. Prestia
Oh,
is cool under
talk-
pressure.
no.
Gets his kick despite the heat. Chapman desperate to win it back. Ignoring the corridor for now. Henry on centre wing has marked. That's well.
All right, so we'll change camera angle because I'm really not digging that at all, if I'm being honest. End far. So we did side. What was the other one? Broadcast. We'll do broadcast far. We'll see how broadcast far goes.
Played. Picking their way through. Rioli cuts it off.
It's not a bad one,
He
actually.
doesn't waste many. Martin. That one was always his. Sees an opportunity and plays on. Honours the lead. He didn't realise he had company. Maybe he could have gone himself. Cox gathers. Cumberland picks
Cumberland.
off the pass.
Goals have been tough to come by. Got to
I'll
make
do
the most of your
Collingwood and
opportunities.
maybe Melbourne next at the at Casey Fields. Come on, Noah.
He's going for it. I
Oh,
think
he
he's
slotted it.
It's a
Get around him.
magnificent kick.
He had the opportunity to put them in front.
Oh,
That's
I'm
exactly what
liking
he's
the
done.
broadcast
Lovely
one.
finish.
What's
Both
everyone
sides
thinking
have
of broadcast
struggled
versus
to
end to end?
generate
I
momentum
think it's
so
the
far.
swinging camera that kind of
Punch clear. They've got good
makes it a bit
chemistry,
shit.
those two. Fight under pressure.
Like, I know
Feeds
this
it
is a
out.
bit far
Young
away,
takes the hand pass.
but you can obviously
What's he got
tweak
on
those
offer?
little
Pickett, ever
oh,
reliable.
unnecessary spin move.
He's put the foot down. I've liked his game today. That's an impressive mark. A
He's
good
leading to
kick
the
here
pocket.
and they'll be in business.
That's why the
Cumberland
further away
marks
views are good, because
inside
you can actually
50
see your
and
forwards
can
leading.
have a shot.
For a little breathing space.
Do we go? We'll go a snapshot here. I know we're a bit far out for this, but bit of curve.
Good looking kick.
Oh, no.
Lynch.
That's all right.
It's like a magnet in
Flinch
that
will take the
forward
mark.
line.
This deserves a goal. Should be a goal.
Ball trail. G'day, Graz. Welcome. Yeah, what's everyone thinking of the ball trail? Because I know a lot of people were saying in the other videos we posted that they couldn't really like track the ball very well to see where it was going. So
Through
that's
it
obviously
goes,
the
and they
counter for
extend
that.
the lead.
Showing exactly why they want the ball in his hands.
The Tigers have
Just like the
edge,
trail.
but they're in a dogfight. Don't worry about that. Nankervis wins it out of the centre. Hopper runs onto it. That's
Stab pass.
skillful. Lynch
Look at that.
takes
On the lead,
mark
Lynch.
and can extend
That
the
is sexy
marking.
football.
Question of accuracy, and he should be able to answer.
I'm
in
digging the
affirmative.
Anzac Guernseys though, not going to lie. I just wish I had picked Fremantle in a different colour. Timing bar. Oh, that's not
Goes
too
for
bad. That's going to
home.
go in.
He
That's
doesn't
good.
miss many, and that is no exception.
Terrific goal there. He's so dangerous in front of the
Yep,
sticks.
I can turn the trail off. Let's change some other settings. Ball trails, that's just an easy toggle, on and off. Camera, so we're on broadcast far, broadcast normal, side far. So side's what we had at the start. End far, end normal, end close, end dynamic. Let's go broadcast normal. Interchange. Okay, so let's put Baker on, Short on, Cochin on, got to put him in the guts, the skipper. Hopefully throws a cheeky elbow. Sonzi, and so we've got the sub, they'll do the sub later. Confirm the changes. G'day, Ham. Yes, it is cross-play, so let's see what happens here with the interchange.
The Tigers are imposing their will on this contest.
Okay, so is Koch... Is he on the wing? What is he? So there's not really even a
The
animation there for the
major
interchange,
intervals
which is interesting.
lots
It'd be
to
good to
debate
see...
and discuss during the halftime break for fans,
Yeah, the Anzac one's in,
commentators, and
Kano.
coaches alike.
It'd be good to see if there was actually... I'd like to see a proper
Gary's back.
interchange
What's caught
animation,
your
to
eye,
be
Gaz?
honest.
The
We'll
Tigers
watch
put
half-time
together
here.
an excellent first half, and one of the features was their aerial dominance. It feels like they're
So I know that
marking
on the
moment,
other
although
version
the
I played
opposition
last
is
week that there was no
certainly
players on the
guilty
bench
of
as well,
gifting
and I
the
think
ball
that was
back on
something that they
Thanks for those
were
observations.
fixing. Stats, yeah, there's nothing here for stats This is just a play now game though, so I don't know. Maybe we have a look at a management game later on and see if the stats are in that potentially.
Darcy with a deft tap. Closed him down. This is a hotly contested footy. Frederick, can he be the fire starter? You can't question his commitment. That's a bit of a waste. They're playing with purpose and poise. They've put themselves under pressure.
Ball.
He's been dispossessed. Chapman runs onto it. Just waiting for the right moment to press go. Frederick in the clear.
Got to turn on mini animations, I think, to see the stats. You reckon? Main replays all. Ball trail, remote player, cross. Content radar, hard goals, audios, graphics. Cameras. Oh, let's see what that does.
This is good ball movement.
He's not on the board yet. That should change here.
The other thing I want to point out as well, I found out today, I know people were commenting about the whistles in the game the other night. So the whistle noise is actually the official AFL umpire whistle. They've only got one type of whistle, and it was recorded in studio and things like that. Sirens, they have advised they do have all the different sirens, but it just may not have been in that particular one that I was playing. So that could be part of the patch potentially.
The Tigers
Stab pass, little more. Oh shit, he knocked it.
The kick is a poor one. Takes the
I think umpires talking in audio might be a bit of a stretch.
This
I
might
think.
be a
I don't know
chance
why. Oh, you've got to spoil it. Is that Tarrant?
For the first of the second half.
Well, because you've got to be able to get it clear and crisp, I suppose. So they recorded it, and they would have obviously done studio tweaks and stuff as well to get the right kind of decibel and things like that, but it is official.
Grimes ensures that 4-8 will come to nothing. Sees something he likes, going for territory. Hopper has a vice-like grip.
That play on smooth, I like that.
This is promising, showing some dare.
Got some space out wide.
Nankervis
Cumberland on the lead on it. You're on shorter.
Go himself. Rioli has found some space.
So one thing people were talking about, that play on transition when I marked it, how it didn't automatically go back into the animation, it actually let me continue on and run with momentum. That was really good. That felt smooth. Because it kind of let play flow and allowed me to open up further space down the ground.
He's made the goal
missed.
work.
Those are the kinds of opportunities you really need to take.
Thanks, Locke. Much appreciate it. Yeah, Cody, that's completely my fault. I got obsessed. I wanted the Anzac strip, and then I picked the gather round one for Fremantle. That's all on me. I'll pick something better next game.
The Dockers.
Let's go a different camera angle here. So, broadcast normal, broadcast close. Side far we've seen, side normal. What about, we'll try side, we'll see what side dynamic is. So for set shots, when you mark the ball, you press circle.
Hopper has it now on
handball that to loud noises. Shawnee, thank you for the raid, mate. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Pink Pandas. Thank you so much for the raid in your community.
Great body work. He's suddenly a popular man.
Spoiled it.
Making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. The Tigers playing like winners.
So yeah, push circle to go into the set shot. So you can see the white streaks happening in front of Morris. That's the win. Oh my god, I pushed the wrong button. That's why that last shot of goal I had missed, because I didn't actually adjust to the wind. So let's try that again. Oh no, I was reading chat. Oh no, we're good. We scored. Loud noises.
He's finally on the score sheet. It's been quiet.
Yeah, and like I said on a few streams, guys, that when you all get the game, seriously, the best thing you can do is fire up, the play now game, and you're really going to have to try and find the camera angle that works best for you, because it's going to be so personalised. Like you're not going to come away from this and thinking, oh yeah, there's one camera angle that's going to be sweet for everyone. It's going to be so individual.
Fancy his chances.
Commentary, I think it is what it is at the moment, Crane.
Looks good.
I know, I do genuinely feel bad for Xbox people. Microsoft have kind of left a few people in the lurch, but from what I can gather, it's not the first time that people have felt this way. Sock, I know that Ross was asked that and did ask that. I think he was waiting to hear back from the team. I'll try and find out for you.
Wins it down. Taranto leading from the front. That's a missed kick.
That's why overkick it for.
There's no second chance. Keen to get the ball moving. It's a high ball.
Right, we'll change camera angle again. And that's the other thing as well. Like the kicks are dictated to like with how long you hold the button for. You can definitely overkick it like I just did then. We'll try end normal, even though I know I'm not going to like it.
Got to the fall.
So stats wise, I think they're all going to be added. Oh, go! Someone's leading. Oh, I didn't hold a direction. That is completely on me. And I did that when I played last week too. What an idiot. Can you change time into in-game? I think the time is just a reflection of the quarter length you've kicked.
The Dockers have been below their best.
Mackie, I'm not too sure. I haven't.
do need to stop picking out
pro teams, guys. I think we need to maybe get a head around that pro teams might not be in there tomorrow.
Delivery at times, but if that improves, back themselves to run over the top.
Thanks for those observations, Gary, as we get back underway. Cumberland pounces, fighting tooth and nail not to give up a goal. The umpire says he had no prior.
Zach, that's just an opinion. From what I've heard, from what we were sort of talking about there, I reckon stats... Oh, see, this swing thing is an absolute killer. I'm pretty confident stats will be in there. It's just not in this one, so it might be in the first or second patch. So, because I mean, really, you can't have an AFL game without stats, can you? So,
had his name written all over it.
I think there will be a patch. I'm not sure if the patch will be tomorrow.
Number 3.
Yeah, or what that's gonna. Or the wind's blowing pretty strong to the going across to the right. Oh, he's mongreled that. Oh, hang on. Rioli! Let's try and kick a banana. Banana. Come on, Morris. Don't let me down. Oh, shit.
They can smell victory. Cumberland!
That was a genuine pass. I saw Cumberland was in a good bit of space there. Oh, no, I want to kick a drop punt. So your directional pad, you change your shot type. And you can see that the shot meter has flipped being a left footer too.
Drop punt. That'll be a goal.
So at the moment we're toast, there's no stats, but I'm strongly convinced that's going to be put into the game. And also, this is just a play now mode, so when playing in the season or the career mode, that's where I think stats will be more prominent too. So we can have a look at that later too.
Young.
Let's try. Thank you for the follows, guys. Much appreciated. Let's try another camera angle. What else haven't we looked at? Ends dynamic. Broadcast far. Broadcast close. End dynamic, you want to see? All right, end dynamic. What's everyone's thoughts on the swinging camera, though? Does everyone like it?
Jackson got to the right position and hung on. 5. Good build-up. Drives it inside the forward 50.
Taranto just getting back to the flight. Let's see if we can push off the mark quickly and take off here.
The Dockers
and pass to the opposition. Well done.
That's generous. And
some might argue that's lifelike by Taranto, depending on which commentators you speak to.
Finish it himself.
Oh, he got front position there.
Can he deliver? Yeah, back him more often than not.
Why does Fife look like a man? Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it. It's so hard because there's definitely upside to this camera angle because you can see what's happening ahead of you and hit your players. But because football by nature is a turnover game, the swinging is a bit annoying, but that's just a personal thing.
The two big men do battle. It's a tough game. Sarong.
Oh, get there, Dusty.
They've given it back.
Can we? Oh, I want to offend him.
Can they find a
nice little stab pass?
Cumberland marks. That's hard.
Now let's see. Okay, so I wonder if changing them back does anything now. Because I assume in this area is where we might start to see stats and things like that. Maybe you can turn off the swing. I'll have to have a look.
These half chances can often beat the difference.
Big Noah. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Kick. He's dobbed it.
He's hit that well.
There aren't many players you'd back from there, but he's certainly one of them.
Yes, Jordan, that's right. So you can, if you aim high, you're obviously kicking it high. I think it does cap at a height down the bottom. Depends on what quarter it is, Seb. Sometimes he's worth a 92. What do you want to see? So I want to see the graphic settings. Resolution, character detail, shadows, depth of field, lighting, full screen. This is on Steam, on PC, for those wanting to know. What's under controls? Vibration, player switching, assisted. Okay, semi-assisted control, view controls. Oh, we post that. Bump what up? The FPS cap up. So it doesn't take effect until the next time you boost the game. No pro team on day one. No.
The Tigers have got away.
At the moment.
Nankervis wins it. Prestia rolling the sleeves up. Crunching tackle. Young should be in the votes today.
Really deliberate.
Not a great kick. And the umpire will throw it back.
Yeah. Was there empty slots? We'll have a look. We'll have a look at the menu next.
Darcy smashes it out of there. He ran into a brick wall. Taranto runs on.
Oh, blind turn. Did everyone see the turn?
You can see their confidence growing. Cumberland is hard to beat one-on-one.
Oh, he's...
Off he goes. They can't catch him. What a game he's having.
Played on. Oh, Cumberland. Get around him.
A case of too strong and too good. I don't think there was much more the defender could have done.
No, I'm enjoying it so far, and like I've said all along, and I know that I've probably had a bit more of an advantage having played it a bit earlier too. This, to me, this again feels better than... Oh, I handled it, silly. Than the previous builds, and... Oh, well, let me have a shot. And we still know that there's more improvements to come. So...
We enjoy bringing this match to you.
Marvel, so let's do... Oh, then the game crashed. Interesting. Oh, now we can see it from the intro. What's everyone thinking so far, though, from what you've seen? I know it's limited. I personally, and I think it's definitely improved from the last two versions that I've played. You could see the plays would get out wide. They would respond to switching the play and things like that, which was good. State leagues. Yeah, where would I find state leagues? Schulte, that was the one thing I did notice, that I have still only seen holding the ball as the only free kick. I haven't seen anything else. It does feel smooth, I'm not going to lie. Like, I understand that some of the animations might look a little bit janky at times. They look a lot less janky in this than what they did on the version I played last week. And there's probably going to be further improvements. And that's probably why I was probably a bit more defensive of Big Ant, because a lot of the things... Oh, I appreciate the raid. Zink, thank you. Welcome everyone to the Pink Pandas. Welcome. Good to have you on board. Because like every time we raised things with them that we saw, it was always... The answer was usually, oh, yep, we know, it's already been fixed. It's been patched. So they're already across a lot of those smaller things. So that's why I was always feeling confident about it. Music menu's there, is it? I can drop that. Drop the 35 so you can hear my lovely voice. What's this? Oh, there you go. This is the soundtrack for anyone who wants to look at the soundtrack. Because there's still a patch to come, Zach, and there's always tweaks being made. So the last couple of streams I've done showing the gameplay, they've been taking pages and pages of notes of people's suggestions, things they've noticed, that like the devs have been in the stream. So they will be paying close attention and they make adjustments accordingly. So what we get today isn't going to be what it will be in a week's time. It's going to be constantly being upgraded. Academy. So you got Player Manager. It's all different players. The sniper. Yeah, I can have a look at Stadium Manager. Big Maxi. Look at the beard. Who's that? Lynchy. And they got the AFL badge on the numbers for those who wanted to know. Club Manager. So you got AFL or custom. Okay, that's interesting. Create a custom club. Okay. So you got your overall rankings. 89. Up the Cats. Stadium managers. Okay, so create a stadium. Alright, I haven't looked at any of this before. I don't want to go into this part too much on stream because I really don't know what I'm doing and I don't think that's doing it justice or is fair. But there's... So you got toolkit, name your stadium, location, city, take a screenshot. Scenery ring. Structures, props, vehicles. So that's what Stadium created. I don't know. For those who have played Cricket 22, I'm not sure if that looks same or different or not. Okay, stand type, tier variation. Okay, so there's that. That's interesting. I'm sure there's going to be heaps of people who make some really kick-ass stadiums. Community. Okay, so that's where everyone's stuff will get uploaded. What else do we want to see? So the State League piece... Pink Panda Stadium, you reckon, Grok? I don't know where I would find State Leagues. I'm guessing it's going to be in here. Choose the club I want to represent Richmond. Medium contracts negotiation. I suppose I can change this later on. Trade negotiation. 3.5 minutes. So I've got a funny feeling there should be a different way to access. Well, this depends on what we want to do first, okay? Because I can do a pre-season game here, which will then maybe populate some stats, I'm not sure. Or we can do a Casey Fields game. Yeah, I wonder if it will let me sim one. Roster, list management. So this is where I think how did we find it last time? National Draft Watch List. So when this fires up, I reckon this is where you start to see all the different players. Because I know there was some State League players there. Stats, there won't be anything here yet because I haven't played a game. Let's see if it can... Okay, so it's simming up to a certain point. We'll see if we can sim. Next. Okay, so you can adjust your lineup manually, or you can get your support staff to do the lineup itself. So we'll do the support staff. So they've picked the team for me next. Alright, so we'll simulate it and we'll see what happens. We got beaten. See, this is why we don't do things like that. AFL season round 1. So I wonder if that took statistics. That didn't take any stats from there. I don't want to go through the whole management thing. You don't have to start it again. Sim, select lineup. I'll sim this first round, and I'll see if it drops the stats in there. Because it was a practice game, it didn't count. But I won't sim any more after that because I want to actually play it. Okay, so there we go. So we've got some stats here. Stats. So this has got overall, matches, goals, disposals, tackles, clearances, kicks, handballs, hitouts. Blake Akers, Baker. Oh, Banks. 14 disposals for Banks. Broad, Bolton. I'll check the other leagues in a sec. I don't think there was other ones though. Pitnet, Rewalt. So if I go on the fixtures, can you... Okay, so you got match summary. So you can tab into match stats here if you go back into your summary and have a look at that. Clearances, contested possessions, tackles, 50-metre penalties, inside 50s, frees against, hitouts, to advantage, none each, that's interesting. Contested marks, hitouts, goals, intercept marks, frees 4. Best on grounds. Oh, you got major ball winners. I mean, that kind of feels like it's somewhat relevant to the 3.5-minute quarters, which is nice too. Bolton, Cochin, disposal getters, that's okay. Goal kickers, that's okay. That's not out of the ordinary. Yeah, 3 clearances is a bit... There's some... Yeah, something a little bit... Nah, Bell, I disagree. It's definitely much better than any of the AFL games. Sure, there's a couple of things they're going to have to tweak to get up to scratch, but that's okay. That'll be easy fixes. Okay, so you want to see if there's something else outside of this. No, so league, you got AFL, AFLW. There's nothing else there. Yeah, I think stats overall is not fully implemented yet, because I believe there's meant to be in-game stuff that comes up too. You can't scroll down, so there's nothing else here bar those two. Yeah, but Brad, it's pre-patch, don't forget. I can't say too much more than that, but don't take this as the final version, is what I'll say. There's a lot of things in play to still come. Someone asked about the soundtrack. It actually lists us down here. You can actually turn the songs on or off individually, which is kind of a bit different. I did think that it scaled the stats to the match minutes I had. So I had it as 3.5 minutes, and the highest disposal getter was 8 or 9, which is about... That kind of feels about okay. So Pro Team's not available yet because there's probably a lot of moving parts to Pro Team to get it up and running. So I'm sure Big Ant and the AFL will let us know when that's ready. But they always said they're not going to launch it until it's absolutely complete with all the legends. Because you've got to remember, guys, you've got to get individual sign-off from each individual player. It's not a blanket setting. So it's not as easy as just saying, yep, there's everyone in there, let's go, and carry on. So, hey, Twisty, how are you, mate? Welcome. What's going on? When do we know about play career? Well, I don't think it's going to be in there. I know you had an interview with yourself about it, but I don't think. I looked at Adelaide before. I'll go through Brisbane. We'll have a quick look. And they're going to keep adding, like as we saw from the AFL's tweet, they're going to keep adding legends into the game. So there's a lot more depth to come. I'll click on one of the players to see what happens in here as well. First name, date of birth, number, archetype, so pressure. So I'm going to be interested to see how the archetype stuff comes into play. Skill and proficiencies. Appreciate all the follows, guys. Much appreciate the love and support. Straight out of Compton, that's pretty uncalled for. It's not absolute shite. I think you're being over dramatic. So we've already said that state team stuff will be there. I don't know in what full capacity, but I don't think calling it shite is going to really solve anything or do anything. Okay, so this tracks maybe career stats as well. I like how they got the stars for the different stats. Tipper has still got to be scanned in. The patch the patch, I don't know if tomorrow's patch will have Pro Team or not. Can I just say though, if it doesn't, don't all get up in arms about it. It'll be here when it's here. They want to make sure they give us the best version of it possible. So don't go on a crusade about hating and shit-canning everything. I know everyone's keen looking forward to it, and like, you know, we've been upfront about it that the moment that it drops, we'll be doing a massive stream and getting cards, opening packs, whatever the method is. But let's just also understand that it'll be here when it's here. There's reasons why things happen, and they'll give us the absolute best version of it that they can. So just keep some of that stuff in mind if it's not there tomorrow. If it is there tomorrow, fantastic. Let's get stuck into it. But because Vexel, you can't just keep putting things off. Unfortunately, it doesn't like, it's not far away, but there's a lot of pro teams. There's a lot of moving parts, guys. You've got to understand that like sporting licensing is such a different beast to anything else. It's just not easy, and I know that from my own line of work. It's not easy. Rebby, I don't disagree with the transparency, but you have to understand as well, there's a lot of things that they can't say due to contractual reasons and legal reasons. So, believe me when I say they want to say more, and they would love to be able to put a heap of shit out there, but sometimes people's hands are tied. I'm not saying that for everything. There's definitely a lot of other things they could have been more transparent about, for sure. But the chunkier things, sometimes things can't be said, unfortunately. And I know that doesn't help consumers, but it's unfortunately how things are. Born Francis. We'll go through a couple more teams. Oh, there he is, Big Coxie with the goggles on. How cool is that? It's the final game in the sense that it's the most recent. And there's Dacos, they're able to release. There's obviously a patch coming that's going to sharpen up a few things and add a bit more to it as well. Box, that's fine. If you expect better, then don't buy it. It's simple. I think some people's expectations are a little bit unrealistic in some instances. Slightly. He's a big unit, Darcy Moore. My goodness. What I get is, I know people wanted to see unit, but they go Oleg Markov with a dirty moustache. We'll try and whip through these. Not really boxed. There's not that many things, and there's things that they're already on top of and already fixing or have got in patches ready to go. So this is why I'm not stressing. I'm trying to convey that to people, but people are choosing to go off on a different tangent, and that's up to them. They can do what they want to do. Tipper's going to be updated, by the way, guys. I'm not even sure if he was out of retirement when they did this, but that he will be fixed. They will be boxed. They will be. That's what I mean. Stress less. I would have loved for it to have been there at the start, absolutely, but this will sound cliche, but trust the process, I suppose. Rio. Catters. I'll get into a game again soon. I'll do another Play Now game. We'll play at Casey Fields and see how diabolical the wind is there. Meningola. The Isaac Smith one was a good one. I don't think you can do Casey Demons to play with at the moment. Like I said, State League stuff isn't appearing at the moment. I think when Twisty did the drafting, there was some State League players named there, I think I saw. So I don't know the full context of what State League stuff will be there, but it was obviously advertised and promoted on the was it on the cover or a video of some kind. At the moment, Redstone, no, the State League teams aren't available to use, but I dare say that might be something that happens down the track. True Grok, but I mean, they've still stood by that. Even if the game was released on the 13th of April, it was ready to go. I suppose when it's a dynamic situation where things are being added constantly. So you've got to, I suppose, manage that as best you can. And maybe if something's added to one part, you have to do it in its entirety or else it falls over. There's a whole range of things code-wise, but I do agree that on some of these topics, transparency could have been a lot better just to manage people's expectations and everyone gets a bit more of an idea of what's happening. But, you know, it is... We can only deal with it as consumers. We can only sort of deal with the cards we've been dealt. So people are going to criticise what they can see and what they've heard, and that's all they can do. So that's understandable as well. But so if players in here don't have face scans, it would typically be because they were either injured or not there at that moment in time. So, but I think they just go back and have to get those scans done and patch them in. So I think Tip and Woody was already one that was mentioned from the other night. So I think they're already working on that. I think Daniel Rich was another one that may have been injured at the time that face scans were done, but they were already working on too. It's just a timing thing, I guess. But it's something they keep updating because they've obviously got all the draftees. They'll have to do it again for the mid-season draft as well, I dare say. You can play at Casey, yes, you can play at the VFL grounds. And this is kind of what makes me think that at some point in time that the state teams will be in there because you can use all their grounds. It logically wouldn't make sense to be able to use their grounds for other games but not be able to play as them. Does that make sense? So that's why I probably don't hold as much fear, or I'm probably piecing together logically, but maybe I'm ultimately end up being wrong, but nearly through the list. And then we'll get into a game. We'll play Casey Fields. I'll do Collingwood versus... Who should the second team be? You probably wait for the VOD later. It will be up. Well, who have I used so far? I've used Adelaide, I've used Essendon, I've used Sydney, Geelong, Richmond, like in various other modes. So we'll do Collingwood and we can do Port. Oh, we had the Crom the other day. Swannies. How good's he as a forward? Amadi. He's a big unit. In the community, there was nothing there at the moment because no one's put anything in there. So the set shots you push... yes, Bromster will be a VOD. Yep. So set shots you push circle and it will bring up all your options. There's not an individual career, Dylan. It's just the team career. That will likely come in other versions, I reckon. You reckon put Port in the prison bar just to really add some spiciness to it? Maybe I'll play on medium as well. Appreciate the follows, guys. Port vs Pies? Alright, let's do it. Port vs Pies. Battle of the prison bars. I'll get through these last teams first, though, because, you know, even love. Okay, guys, I appreciate you coming over from YouTube. Much appreciated. No, I appreciate the love and support on all platforms, guys. You're all legends. Now, that's a good question, Symes. Pardon me if I didn't say that correctly. A play lock would be a okay alternative to not having the single player pro mode, which will, I think, happen in later versions, I reckon. It's something that's high up on their list, but they ultimately have to assign resources to one thing or another. And pro team's going to be something uncharted territory that we've not ever gone into before in a footy game. So it makes sense. I'm a little bit disappointed as well because I really wanted to do the solo career. But I understand that you've at least got the team career. But I think a good compromise would be if they included a player lock of some kind. I think that's a really good point. So you can at least lock onto. So that's what happens in the community bit for those who wanted to watch. Alright, let's go. Play now. Port vs Pies. Let's do it. Cardinal sin as a Richmond supporter, but I'll play as Collingwood. Jesus, I'm doing it. Port. Alright, so let's have a look at the kits. Home away, clash, alternate, bonus. That's interesting that Richmond had an Anzac Guernsey in. But the Pies didn't. That's interesting. Online options, it's literally just play now. That is the option. Now, I'm not... No. No, I'm not a Collingwood fan, bro. I'm gonna have to change teams here. I can't have two black Guernseys again. We've seen the prison bars. Let's do the Bulldogs. I just can't play it with the two black Guernseys again. It's too annoying. There is management mode, Kane. Yeah, so you can do a team management for sure. What do we say? Casey Fields. Casey Fields. This is what I mean, because you can play on all the VFL grounds. That's just what makes me think we'll get VFL at some stage. I'm not sure when the patch for Pro Team will be out. No. There's no My Career. There's no individual one at this stage. It sounds like it's slated for future versions. Unfortunately, I think it was in the mix, but then Pro Team probably got a bit bigger than maybe they ever anticipated. Good to see there's a height. It's a pretty good representation of Casey Fields, to be honest. Oh, it's their call. Oh, it doesn't matter, Jacko. We can play everyone here. They're doing an exhibition at Casey. We'll let it run through the scenes. I know, James. I know. I'm a local out here, and the wind is just horrific at Casey Fields. It is an absolute wind tunnel. It's shocking. But that is a pretty good representation.
Time to find out who's right and who's
I'm playing
wrong.
as the Dogs. That's okay.
Knew the tackle was coming. He'd like that one again. Ugle-Hagan. What can he do with it?
Ugle-Hagan.
Thought his way through it. Waitman wins the contest.
Big Cody.
Down.
These half chances
Good question on the day-night cycle. I'm not too sure. I know a few people have asked that. I'm not actually 100% on where they landed with that. It would be cool if it transitioned from day to night when playing in Twilight and things like that.
And does not let them down.
Jagged a goal.
Some good ball movement there created that opportunity, and a cool finish as well.
What do you mean? What does that camera angle? It's just the normal one. We'll change a few up.
The Dogs.
No, there was wind. It was on the ground. I hung it out wide.
Met solidly. DeGoey. Can he get a kick away? Got to get it forward now.
Spoil.
Gardner. Spoil.
Oh, shit. Left him
Hoskin
open.
Elliott getting his hands on it early. He will surely make this count. Takes the responsibility. Just needs to finish. Finish he does.
On the board with his first. That'll boost his confidence.
Yeah, I agree, Crane. It's
Back
pretty
on
good.
terms again.
I think it's still on easy, actually. I don't know if I changed it. I'll have to check.
Good ruck work and good roving too. Elliott.
Surely it's holding the
right
ball.
Spot. Smith leads his opponent. Liberatore running in support. Not sure who that was meant for, but it's been picked off. English with a chance now. Bontempelli affects the turnover. Fends off
fend
well.
off.
Navigated the traffic. He's got support. West pounces. Who was he aiming for? Liberatore on a lead.
Go Libba. Can't believe I've said
There
that. Go
goes
Libba.
the
That
kick
doesn't feel
inside the
right.
50. Waitman leading from the front. Set sail for home.
Waitman.
And he has delivered.
He's a terrific asset. With
I know,
his
Grock.
skills.
As I said it, I'm like, ugh, that's not good.
The Dogs were underdogs coming in, but they look
So
anything but
it
in
bounces
the early
automatically
going.
for you. I'm
Cameron
pretty sure.
slaps it out.
Oh, so
DeGoey,
James,
the
I'll
mid
show you in a
battle,
set
so
shot. I
important.
don't think you can see it in
Got in the
normal
way.
play,
He's
but when you have
somewhere
the set
popular
shot,
man.
it's actually probably not obvious enough, to be honest.
Searching
On the ground, there's actually like little wavy wind indicators that show you. When I get a set shot, I'll show you.
Promising. The defense is disorganized. Dale picks it off. That's poor kicking.
See, I like how they spread from the back
Showing
line like
some
that,
good
and the play
signs
on
early.
motion's not too bad.
Doesn't often waste
Spreading
it.
from the contest.
Ugelhagen on centre wing has marked. Sees something he likes. Heads towards half forward. Quality delivery by foot. Can he find a teammate? Waitman gets to the
Alright.
front spot.
This to make a good
So
start.
we'll set
A
shot.
Very good one.
Of course, it's not doing it on this one. Try and banana it.
I think that's going to come up short.
Oh.
Norton.
See, I didn't kick it high enough, so that's why it dropped
strong
short for someone who was
one-on-one.
asking about the height thing before. So see on the right-hand side here, it's very, very faint, but you can see that you got the wind lines that are going up in a straight line. He's taking his time kicking it here, Jesus.
Struck it well. No problems there.
Yeah, I don't think it's obvious enough. Yeah, it blends in too much. I'm not sure if it's a setting that we can change as such. I'll change the camera angle next quarter as well, guys. Someone can pick another camera angle.
Those two. Got to go quickly. Time running out. He's under close attention. They've worked it well. McStay runs in and bangs it home.
Jeez.
They keep moving the ball quickly. There'll be plenty more where that
I haven't seen a running too far call yet.
Goal. Cameron showing his skills. Plenty of heat in this game. Delivers to centre half forward.
Good spoil.
No one can mark. Dacos in the thick
Oh,
of it as ever. There goes the kick inside the 50. Gardner is calm in a crisis. Penetrating.
Marking the siren.
Quarter time.
So what do you want? You want a close-up? Maybe we'll try. I don't know if it unlocks.
Game plan. Gary Lyon is with us. What do you make of this one, Gaz?
The Dogs have put in a strong
That's very funny
performance
because
so
Luke
far.
Beveridge isn't scanned in yet. I was wondering I'm like, who the hell is that? But that's why. Oh, God. You got done for too far as well, Sock. Interesting. All right, so what we were playing on was side normal. So there's side close, side dynamic, end far, end normal, end close, end dynamic. So the end ones, the camera swings when it turns over. So he will be scanned in, Luke. He will be scanned in. That's not Luke Beveridge. He will be scanned. Broadcast normal, broadcast. We'll do broadcast close. So the patch will then make it the most. Yeah, there's more to come with the patch. We'll go
There's
broadcast
still a long way
close.
to go, of course, but they've laid down a template for how they can beat this side. They've come in well prepared.
I'll do an
and are
end-to-end
playing
one
a
after this
disciplined
one,
brand of
so you can
footy
see what that looks
that
like.
sees them in this contest up to their eyeballs.
Thanks for those observations, Gary, as we get back underway. Norton read it well and
Not sure I like
claims the
broadcast
mark.
close.
This is what he gets paid to do, kick these goals.
So again, you can see the wind coming up towards me at this end, so you can adjust the height. But I think that needs to stand out a bit more.
Drop punt, and he has put it away.
So important to get reward for effort. On that occasion, the finish matched the quality of the work upfield.
Oh yeah, the sub, good call.
The Dogs have got it out to 2 goals.
The player's name's actually top right. My camera's covering
with
it.
a deft
Sorry.
tap. Cops some unwanted attention. Bad error there. Desperate defence. Side bottom. Has it on a string. He just keeps racking up disposals. Keith charges onto it. To no one in particular. Clean pickup. He's everywhere at the moment. The Dogs have got out of jail.
No, he touched on the ground by himself. Okay, so the bouncing thing, what it will be, if you're running and holding sprint, it won't bounce it. So I reckon you've got to let go of sprint, and that's when it will bounce automatically for you.
Takes it at centre half back. Dangerous place to lose it. They should have been going forward. Now they'll have to defend. Maybe he could have
Oh, that was a
gone
bad kick
himself.
on a fire.
Norton, an ever-present threat. It's a desperate tackle. McRae puts his head over it. Kicking for his first. Vandermeer will save his team.
End to end. All right, we'll try end to end.
So far, but this would be a great way to get on the score
I'll
sheet.
try and kick a snap.
That won't be a
Oh, I
goal,
timed
and
it. I aimed it
not
out too
even scored.
wide. All right, we'll go end to end. I haven't done end-to-end dynamic yet, and obviously within this, guys, you can change the camera height, the camera, field of view, and things like that. So there's like so many different things you can tweak.
From there, even though he'll be disappointed with the result.
So end to end, I'm not a massive fan of it because it swings quite a lot. I think this is on easy. I have to double check.
Wide with the kick. Moore got to the right position and hung on. His field kicking is normally first rate. Sees something he likes. Kicks laterally. McRae. An unexpected opportunity.
I reckon it's on
here.
easy.
That was great use of the body. He's so hard to beat in those situations.
The coin toss guy is definitely
He
not
makes
me.
No mistake.
Happy to put my hand up to be the new coin toss
Are on
guy.
the ropes. They need a spark before this one gets
Yeah,
away
so
from
the first part of that timing bar is the power. And the second part is the timing meter. And the timing meter, as it gets towards the end, that top part of the blue, it really speeds up, and that's when it gets easy to overdo your kicks.
Look at him go. Throws it on the boot. Elliott, all alone in the centre square. Hoskin Elliott. Big chance here if he can steady himself. Treloar, ever reliable, under pressure.
So you can soccer off the ground as well.
Goes off the ground. Turnover in the middle. This could hurt. Takes the logical option. Lob has eyes only for the footy. Can he hit a target? Outbodies his opponent and took a ripper.
The Dogs have certainly looked a better side. They'll be hard to catch.
No worries, Kano. All good, mate. You're an absolute superstar. You know I love you. Thank you for dropping by, Kane. Oh, it's a bit early where you are as well, being from Perth. I'm not actually sure if Speckies are in this yet, if I'm being honest, because I haven't seen one yet. Maybe that's more of a timing thing. I don't know.
He's normally
but I haven't seen it.
and he is
I appreciate all the follow, guys.
Usually very accurate, and that was no
As well as soccering off the ground, you can also you can paddle the ball on the ground too by pressing square. I'll try and get into space and do that.
Cameron wins the hit out. They have a good understanding, those two.
Oh, he's
Elliott under
not Johnny
pressure.
Elliott. Get him.
Well played. His
So
vision
they
was
just
excellent.
lead up so well.
That's not a mark. The Pies not at their best so far.
I know red light saber, I know, but I
and he
think
should be able to answer in the affirmative.
I haven't seen one yet, so maybe it's a timing thing, maybe it's a user thing. Yeah, the timing meter I think could. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the swing of the camera. The timing piece in the earlier dev versions I played felt a bit out. Like it felt like it wasn't responding at the point in time I was pressing it. This feels a lot closer.
By no means out of the game, but they need to lift across
I
the board.
like having a
They'll look to
two-step thing.
generate
I
some
think,
more
you know,
drive
trying to
up
make it as hard
halfback
as
and
possible
may
is always a
think
good
about trying
thing.
to access the corridor a bit more.
Yeah, the wind I reckon they
is
need
worth it
to
at this
make a
stage.
different colour, make it more prominent so you can see it, because it is
The
quite hard to
Maroons'
spot. See, like, the swing's good because you can see what's ahead of you, which is a huge advantage. What else? In far. That's right. The second bar does play a big part in the result of the kick. What's cinematics only? Can you change that? Where was that? Oh, motion blur. I think that's just during motion blur.
Lots to debate and discuss during
I assume the
halftime
patch will be in a.
break for fans,
Well,
commentators,
I assume it will be
and
within the
coaches
week, but
alike.
I'm not sure when it's
Gary's
scheduled
with us again.
to
What's on your
drop.
mind, Gaz?
Oh, that's a terrible rep
Really
contest
couldn't
by
have
me.
played any better in the
So this is
first
broadcast
half.
far.
Their two-way running was a real feature, and they maintained their pressure throughout. If they can double up, then there's surely no way back for a team that came into today
Try to break the tackle there.
fully expecting to win.
I'm inclined to agree. Thank you, Gaz.
A showdown in Melbourne.
English wins.
Yeah,
it.
some of them I have held for too
Red
long and I
best.
did mistime it.
That
Oh
could
no.
prove costly. Dacos can't afford to panic. He's lost it. Smith gets to it first. Maynard will tidy up. Dale takes an excellent grab. Sees something he likes. They're playing with purpose and poise. West had his name written all over it.
Kicking at his first.
Yeah, so I suppose usually when patches drop, there's like notes that are released on it, I guess.
Looks good. He's steered it.
So that one
through.
was timed a bit better.
They're really
It's
up
if
to
you
the
let it go
mark
for
right now.
too
They have
long
no
that
answer
it
to the
overkicks
onslaught.
it and you end up shanking it. Well, you have to use the second bar. If I don't use the second bar box,
The Dogs have come with a
I'll show
rush,
you. It'll go
and
in the
they
full.
might be unassailable soon. Cameron has rucked tirelessly. Crisp is there. Elliott with a little bit of time. It's a tough game. Just shoveled it out. Will the
So that's a
umpire
clearance
flag a free
handball.
kick? Keith, look at the distance
So it
on
gets
that
into some
hand pass.
space.
Liberatore only knows one way. They're irrepressible.
Oh,
at
that's
the
a good. That was a good
moment.
mark
Gee, they're
animation.
playing
Didn't mind
well.
that.
He's off. They've got winners all over the park. He's not one to take a backward step. Ugelhagen feeling the heat.
Oh, no.
Smith hunting the
Deliberate. Oh, bullshit.
Oh, come on. That is harsh, umpire.
I need to see. I know. Oh, they have paid deliberate. Wow.
It's all just a bit easy at the moment.
All right,
They're
so
getting the ball
I'll-
inside 50 under, not nearly enough
I
pressure.
will launch that second bar as far as I can. You'll see what happens.
He's having a go.
See, it just
That's
shanks the
not
kicks.
his
That timing
best.
bar,
It was
that second
always
one,
missing.
plays
He'd
a
be
huge
disappointed with
part.
that, but he'll back himself to make amends if he gets a chance.
How to Google Maps?
Waynor
Definitely not.
tasked with
Definitely haven't got the
kicking.
controls down
Mitchell
pat.
is hard to beat one-on-one.
Because there's so many
Dacos
modifiers
can run and carry.
within the game, which is
Blasts
good
away.
because there's
Time
a
for
whole
the
range of
brothers to
different
go to
kicks. That was a good spoil.
Gathers it cleanly on the wing. Just has to
So
hit
if you
it
hold
hard.
L1
He's
and
plucked it
kick,
and
that's
should have
a
the
stab
shot.
pass, which is pretty good.
I wouldn't put this past him. I've seen him do it before.
I'm not sure if the patch will be later today. I don't know what they've got installed, but I mean, I assume it's going to come sooner rather than
If
later.
anyone can, it's him.
Oh, have I missed
But
that?
he hasn't got that
It's
online.
ugly.
An ugly-looking scoreboard.
I'm
could
trying,
probably
Dommy.
be
I'm
looking
trying.
even
I don't know
uglier.
if it's a user thing on my end or if it's in the next patch or what's happening. I'll try and find out. Because
Away
Specky's
he
always
goes.
cool.
Some indirect ball movement here. That's not 15. It's hard
I
to
mean,
find a winner for
I'd
them
rather it
today.
not be happening all the
Draw
time
with
anyway,
the big
but I'd
fist.
rather know. Oh, so he hands up in the tackle.
Not a lot of space to work with. Pendlebury has been a shining light. Ugelhagen wins it back. Great mark.
Who got rid of the word
Dogs are
Specky?
working harder at the present time, and they're reaping the rewards.
Okay, so the wind you can see, yeah, it's very faint. That's got to be bolded. We'll change camera after this.
Kicks for goal. It's a lovely looking
Ugelhagen,
kick.
get around him.
He's drilled it.
After this,
If this league grows any bigger, we might see some heads start to drop.
The Dogs
won't even address that, Hawks. Camera. That was broadcast far. So there's side far, side normal, side close. Does anyone want a close one? It's definitely a little too fake, Jordan. I agree. We'll do side close. Good call on the sub. I'll get Sam Darcy on. So we want Duray. You're about to make a tactical substitution. You can only use one per match. Yes. So we want Taylor Duray to come on for... Oh, just a bit of Trelaw. Doesn't really matter, does it?
Clearly didn't read the
Sub-lob.
script. They were supposed to struggle today.
So I'll probably...
Is cool under
See, the
pressure.
close one I
Good
don't think's any
build-up.
good.
Almost an
Just
accidental
like in-
intercept. Dacos.
I
will
think
keep
I'd like to
coming.
see some type of
Cameron
cutscene
loves the hard
with
stuff.
interchange and sub, and or just
Uses
something.
the
Because
body well.
there's not even
Can he
a
be the
there's not even a little
five-star?
indicator down the
That
bottom to
passage
say
is
who's
great
been
promise forward.
interchanged or
They'll be
subbed or anything like
disappointed.
that. So I think
Goes
that needs to
long.
happen.
Superb kick. Great play. Waitman. No one's gone near him. And he
Yeah.
can make them pay.
For a lead in excess of 40 points.
Yeah, close. I'm not a fan of the close one, to be honest. Oh, after the siren, here we go. You just can't see enough of the ground for my liking.
Good looking kick. That'll do. It's a goal.
The Pies have to do something. It's getting out of hand.
And just for those who didn't catch it, the players'
Credit
names
to
do
those
pop
home
up. It's at the
fans who
top
are
right,
still
but my
here.
camera's actually
This
covering
has
it.
been a horror show. Time for some more insights from...
Alright, we'll pick a different camera. So that's... I'm not a fan of close. We'll try dynamic. We'll see what that looks like.
Gary on the boundary.
The Dogs are on a roll. They've been on top in a lot of
Yeah.
areas, but the precision and speed
I'm just
of
not
some of
sure
their
in
ball
what
movement has
circumstances
really
would you
stood
need the
out.
camera to be that
You
close.
just wonder whether we're going to see a meaningful response or whether
Oh, I
the
got
tone is now set for the
torched.
rest of the match.
Okay, so that's
Thanks
a
for those
little bit better, I
observations, Gary,
suppose.
as we get back underway. The forwards have been starved lately. Can they make the most of this? Dale gets back and should repel. Goes for territory. Has to be clean. Gets his hands on it early. Good for the confidence. Bontempelli has pushed into space.
Oh,
This
the
will be
Bont.
another one.
What a goal.
Oh, they can do no wrong.
Yeah, River, I'll
Well
track it on
done
YouTube,
before
yep.
It is now.
Yep.
The Dogs have
Yeah,
the
it's a
first
good
of the
question,
last
Stenny. I wonder
quarter.
if it is a different like emotion or animation.
Good
I'm
ruck
getting
work.
torched in the
Mitchell
ruck.
chucks it.
Um,
DeGoey
for after
takes
the-
hand pass.
Oh, that's a good tackle.
Elliott. Was that a throw? Dacos has brought his own ball. He's suddenly a popular man. Got to get rid of it. That sloppy play, and it could come back to bite. Met solidly. Smith should be in the votes
All right,
today.
come on, get
He's
there.
caught. You can't question
Well, that was a
his
little bit of
commitment.
a jumpy
They're
glitch,
cutting
wasn't
them
it?
to ribbons. West
Sped up and
gets
got
to
the ball.
front spot.
He'll take something special, but maybe...
Yeah, I'll try and
that
go through
time's
some
done.
Guernseys because it was weird because there was some that had so I can't even see where the wind is on here. Oh, right in front of me, it's faint as. Because yeah, Richmond had had Anzac, but
He
Collingwood
should
didn't,
have
which was
the
a bit
distance, but I'm not sure he has.
interesting.
Norton, great body work.
It'll take
The
his best, but we've
Norts.
seen him do it before.
As for the best camera angle, I'm really... Oh no, I don't want to kick it that way. I'm really not sure what the best camera angle is.
He backs
Oh my
himself,
God.
but he hasn't hit it well.
Didn't kick that well at
From
all.
behind.
It's almost a shock.
Yes,
that
Dom,
this
you
one
can. I'll show you.
is
You can
so
play an
efficient.
after a set shot. Where the teal deal,
He's off.
I don't know. I don't know whether
That's
it's been...
skillful.
I'm not
Good
sure.
thinking and good execution too. Dacos out wide with the kick. Bontempelli heads them off at the pass.
So that was a
Dogs
completely
finishing
blind kick
strongly.
there.
Trelaw wins the contest hands down.
This is why I don't
Sees something he
like
likes.
even how
What's he
close
got
that
on
camera is
offer?
because you can't
Norton
really
is so
can't really
strong
eye him.
one-on-one.
So
And
I'll
that forward
play on
just
from
like
here.
this.
Away he
So you just hit
goes.
R2.
Takes the bounce. The Dogs are playing some great footy. A promising build-up amounts to nothing.
Yeah, I completely botched that set shot. That was
That'll
ugly.
work. The Pies should be able to clean
Surely
it
get a
out.
spoil in.
He's generally a good kick. Trelaw went bang.
The Bond.
Bontempelli, so influential today.
Bond.
It's a goal.
I'll have to tighten up on him. He doesn't need much space.
So let's check. That's a good call, Luke, because I did sub Trelaw, didn't I? Why didn't that... Oh, I subbed... That's interesting. Let's try again. Duray. I had Johannesson on. And we'll put Darcy on.
To make you pay.
The Dogs go on their merry way.
But Trelaw's still in the middle.
Cameron wins it out of the centre. Mitchell is there in the clinches.
That's interesting.
An accidental intercept. Ugle-Hagan can run, and that's a great hand pass. Harassed into an error. Maynard drops into the hole and cuts that one off.
So there is a ball trail, so you can kind of see where the ball's tracking. I'll do end far. I'll show you all what that looks like. I'm not a massive fan of the.
It's a high ball.
Well, the sub is definitely there, but I'll check it again. Interchange. So that's like not registering at all. What if I tried something other than the sub? I'm not really fussed about positions here at the moment.
It's a beauty. He might have done better. Side bottom. Might be time for one more score.
So yeah, I reckon interchanges seem to be a little bit skewy. Because there was no real save button there.
This is a big opportunity.
Moving
the footy laterally. Punched away. Crisp.
So that's...
Be deterred.
Oh,
he might have thought about hand passing. They've forgotten about him.
That's where the end-to-end thing can be a bit tricky, because the ball can ping around a bit and turnovers can happen. And then it starts to swing around quite a lot.
Going at his first, and he's got it.
The Pies are obviously not going to win this game.
Yeah, so Jordan, you can turn like a ball trail thing, so we'll show you the trail of the ball going in. To be fair, Ginnivan changes his hair weekly.
They've pulled one back, but they need plenty more where that came from. The big men fly. Crisp, competing fiercely. Hoskin Elliott, another goal.
Okay, well, I want to see interchange. Yeah, that's not working at all. That's interesting. I'll definitely flag that.
He's off.
See, end-to-end's awesome for this part, but getting it to where you want it to go. You see him lead up at you. Oh, did I mark it in time?
As the umpire raises his arms for full time.
No, I disagree. I marked that before the siren
brings
went.
our coverage to a close. Thanks for being with us. We'll catch you again soon.
Cass, good question if you can change the colour of the ball trail. I didn't actually look at that. I didn't think the trail was too much of a distraction, Jordan, but I can also understand why some people would see it as a distraction. Again, that's going to be a bit of a personal preference thing, but I don't think you can. Well, I know that the last scene where they got the crazy eyes is definitely scary. Appreciate all the follow, guys. Thank you. Like I said, you can all form your own opinions when you play it, but from the launch night to the version we played last week to this has definitely had massive strides, and it's only going to improve once the patches drop, and there's clearly things that need to be fixed, like the interchange, stats need to be added in. I think the wins needs to be tweaked as well, but maybe it's because I don't know enough about coding and gaming, but I feel like those things are small things to fix, and maybe some of those things are already in the patches to come. So that's the piece we probably don't know. So a lot of the stuff we're talking about and seeing might already have fixes in the works and just need to be applied and dropped in. So do we want to... Do we want to try and sim a career? Is that what we want to do? Let's just pick it, because I want to do my actual Richmond one. So let's pick someone else. We'll pick Carlton. So do we want to try and sim it all the way through, or we'll do jerseys. I'll do that from the play now. Disagree, Kev, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Oh, we saw Collingwood's. Carlton. Not yet, Mackenzie. I feel like it's going to be there, though, because you can play on all of their grounds. So it only stands to reason and makes sense that you can then use them at some point. But it's not in there yet. Brisbane. We'll go through the Guernseys first, then I'll try and sim a season. I'm pretty sure, Edge, that was on easy. On the easy level. Praise. Pretty cool. Oh, is that Rycroc? Wow, that's amazing. Well, if that's it, if that's 1K followers, that's unbelievable. I can't thank everyone enough for their love and support. It's nice that everyone's unified and all keen for a new AFL game. So thank you everybody for the support there. Much appreciated. It's all the dogs. Yep, the academy's working. Yep. I popped into that before. I did this. I had a look at the stadium build thing. Very, very foreign territory for me. I'm not very good with that stuff, but what I do like about the academy concept, though, is that, you know, I could make something on Steam that someone else could use on PlayStation, which I think is pretty cool. But I'm doing what I can, Sads. I know everyone's keen. I've got the day off work tomorrow, so I'll be streaming all day anyway. So just thought, like, I understand people hanging out for it. I know there's obviously a bit of heartache with Xbox as well. So if this gives people a little bit of an insight and a bit of a look, then, you know, that's the least I can do. Thank you, Brooms. Matty, no, there was only just Play Now for online. So I remember Ross did say when he was chatting to Twisty that they were looking at a more evolved online piece. I'm not sure what the timeline for that is or what that even looks like, but that's probably my biggest bugbear at the moment, is I really want to see more in-depth online stuff. I'm a big online player for most games, though. But yeah, I'd like to see a rank system and, yeah, a bit more in it, but we'll see. Ah, 1K, how good's that? You're all superstars. So, I said before, but we've got our Anzac Guernsey in here, which is pretty cool. But just interesting that not even Collingwood had theirs, so I'm not sure if that's still in the works. I'm sure there's more approvals that go through for those kind of themed ones. Yeah, 100% ranked pro team will be online. I'm not sure if... okay, Portugal got their Anzac in here as well. I'm not sure if there'll be an offline mode within pro team, like there is for FIFA, for example. I'm not sure if they'll go down that path, but I would say predominantly it's going to be online, would be my guess. I don't know about you guys. So a bit of backstory to this. A Good Friday Guernsey, that's interesting. Within the Big Ant team, one of their developers is a real footy Guernsey buff. Like, he absolutely loves it. So that's why for this version there's so much depth and so many more options to pick from, because he is an astute Guernsey operator and he understands the importance of it. This Depressed Welcome, this is on Steam and it was 68 gig. 68. So Melbourne got their Anzac Guernsey in. So maybe it's... The only thing I can think of here is if it's individual sign-off by clubs, maybe. That's just a guess, though. I agree, Mobsy. Welcome, firstly. I would like to see... Like, I'm thinking and hoping that tactics come into the game, that you can do quick little changes of subs and tactics. I think you could do subs or interchanges in the older versions, I'm pretty sure. No, well, there is online. I haven't... It just says play now, so I haven't actually tried to play it, but I'll probably get belted by whoever I play. I like them, Grok. I think there's a good bit of variety, and it's something they're going to keep adding to as well. Obviously not much for the Gold Coast or GWS, but... that looks like a gold badge to me. Looks different to the Bulldogs one. Every GWS one, yeah. Yeah, so the Cats one definitely had the gold badge on it there. So that's the other thing I mentioned in another video on YouTube. Make sure you hit up the YouTube as well. Give that a subscribe. That if, when playing management mode, if you win the flag in 2028, whatever it might be, that you should get the gold AFL badge on your guarantee, I believe. And Dommy, you're right. Like, there's 100% always going to be flaws and bugs with day one games. Not exclusive to AFL titles for all titles, and that's the beauty of a patch, is that you can see things, fix them, make it better, improve it, do whatever. So, oh, the old seatbelt sash. You've never played an AFL game, depressed? I mean, it's been a long time between drinks, I suppose, from when games have come out. It's definitely, you know, people have their own views, but I still think it's definitely the best that we've had in this space, which makes sense because, you know, of natural evolution of time and, you know, what gets used in the game. I think we did Carlton, didn't we? Is that everyone? Did I do everyone? I'm sure I did. And we are the teal deal, you bang on. That's why I'm not overly phased, because they are so pardon me. They are always getting feedback from the community, taking down notes, watching streams, doing things. So that's what gives me good confidence that we'll get the right fixes that we want. G'day Ned, welcome. No, so there's no play career in this version of the game. So they come to a crossroads where Pro Team, they were able to get access to more legends than they thought. This is what Ross posted the other day. So they had to allocate resources to one or the other, because they're obviously not a massive team. But it will be something to include in future games, because it's something they want to do and they want to get it right. Because it's a resource thing, Ned. They had to pick one or the other. Unfortunately, they didn't have the manpower to physically do both. So, but I would rather them, and this is just my personal opinion, I would rather them do that than half-ass it and put it in and it'd be rubbish. But I'm shattered. I wish it was there. I love the single player mode. So, so we'll try and sim through as much as we can here. Sim. I wonder, maybe that was really done with me. Maybe you can sim through on calendar like you can on a lot of other games. So if I pick that, no. That's annoying. Match difficulty. Hawks, I disagree. Ultimate Team thing. The Pro Club is going to be unprecedented, like anything we've never seen before in a footy game. You've got access to legends of the game. I think it is the right choice, given that you can already do management mode as a team. I think it was the right call. Okay, so this is going to make me sim every single game. You can't skip. That's annoying. I had to throw a follow for staying up for this stream. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's only, that'll be 2:11 in the morning. Oh yeah, good call. Try fixtures. No. I wonder if that's something that could be suggested. Is that... I haven't played a mode like this for a long time. But I'm pretty sure most of these games have like a sim up to button, don't they? Where you can pick a point in time that you can sim up to. Am I right in saying that? The Pies and Bombers Anzac Guernseys, I dare say, will be in there at some point. It's just... sometimes with those things, it can be an individual club approval thing, potentially. Yes, you can make custom players, Ned. Yep. I did have a very, very quick look at that before. FIFA does? Yeah, I thought it did. No, it didn't. I'll try again. But like in the match. No, so you can't simulate from there, and you can't simulate from calendar. Well, actually, let's have a look and see if anything's happening here. No plays and watch list. Good question on the transfer market. It's something I actually forgot to ask. I'm not too sure. I mean, are we keen for me to keep going through this just to try and see what happens? I don't care. Keep going. Oh, well, they're committed now at 6. Sim with longer quarters. Sure. Support staff. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the draft and stuff. Yeah, I would like if it did have... Okay, so this actually keeps league-wide stats. That's interesting. Yeah, I do feel like that the stats are relevant to your quarter length in some capacity, which is good. It does, Vort. It does. Alright, we'll try it. We'll change it to full length. So this will be interesting. We'll have a look at the contracts. What was the score then? Did that say 40? What the? Wow, okay. 49.37. Holy shit. Yeah, and so that needs to be sweet. I thought my eyes were deceiving me then. Please. See, now that's the kind of screen the AFL want to see in real life, isn't it? They want to see their open football. Maybe they got rid of it. Oh, hang on, what's this? Draft order. First pick. Oh, mid-season draft. I think 7.5 minutes is the sweet spot. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The mid-season draft pool. Sydney Stack. Get him back in. Suggested player. Hinton Narkle. Donald. Mays. Collier Dawkins. Patrick Nash. Yep, Hound. Mine did. Yep. It did. 1,000 players. Holy shit. Now, my VFL knowledge isn't great, so some of these names may be VFL players, if does anyone know. That's a good call. There you go. What's a generic one? Bullets. So this is what I mean. That they're in there in a capacity, so that's why I feel like it's going to just grow from there. like, is that what it said? Age 92? No, age 23. Yeah, I think that's the case for it, and I know that's a bit annoying. Oh. Old Seth is just nuded up. Age, oh, 83. I'm looking at the wrong column. Age 20. 22. Tassie Hawks. So yeah, they've got the VFL stuff in here. Alright, so let's maybe... Koshi. That's not a bad one to stacky in terms of scan wise. Okay, so first to pick. Start the draft. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it goes through. Narkle, Naismith Mays, Collier Dawkins. Oh, so now I get to enter my pick. See who's left. No worries, Sock. Appreciate dropping by, mate. Thanks for that. You're a legend. Select play. Let's select Sydney Stack. Continue draft. So we only had one selection in the mid-season draft. As I say, guys, and I don't know this categorically, but a lot of this stuff may already be things that are already in patches and in the works. So there obviously comes a point in time where you have to have a final version of a game that's put onto a disc. You know, there's deadlines, there's all kinds of stuff. So, the contract. Sorry, Jordan, I do remember you saying that. That's pretty cool though with the draft. List Mendra player contracts. So he's contracted to the end 2023. Amount per year. Morale high, salary, list primary potential. Okay, so they've got a potential ranking, 82 to 89. Free agency, ineligible free agency. So with the bouncing of the ball, if you let go of sprint, it should bounce it by itself. If you're holding sprint, I'm pretty sure you'll get pinged for running too far. But let go of R2. So we'll offer... Oh, this is cool. So you can back end or front load. Wow, that's interesting. I know that's a very small thing, but having the distribution of where you want to pay it, that's pretty neat. Length. Payment breakdown. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. So you can structure your contracts accordingly. Anyway, anyone else happy with how that's played out? I reckon that's not too bad. Oh, there we go. We've got the budget as well. Players contracted, uncontracted, salary expenses, average salary remaining. Oh, yeah, look at this length. 9 years is the max you do. Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't expecting that kind of detail in the negotiations. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Yeah, agree, Sean. Very minor, but very appropriate and accurate. That's kind of cool. We'll submit the offer. I don't know what will happen. Alert. Chance. James has accepted your offer and is looking forward to playing, okay, for your club for another 3 years. There we go. And so you can obviously, you can see down the bottom, you can auto-negotiate as well. I'm a Tiger supporter. I'm a Tiger supporter prime. Not too happy with how we're going at the moment, just quietly, but... Now, I wonder if there's still a watch list. Okay. Should we keep simming and see what happens? Hawks rule, I'm not too sure, to be honest, mate, if the patch is out today. I mean, typically it is, isn't it? It's usually, I'm pretty sure, was it PS4 or PS5? One of the consoles, I'm pretty sure, had an update of some kind. Thank you for the follow, much appreciated, Kaminda. Oh yeah, I'll have a look at the watch list and see if you can add after that. Simulate. We're at round 13. We're nearly through the season. Yeah, it's still an unknown Hawks. I suppose we're just going off past history, but I'm pretty sure I saw someone say before that they did have something, a patch pop up. No players in watch list. Well, how do I... Okay, so you add them to watch list here. What's... Okay, here's a cool one. This is interesting. So to add plays to your watch list, I'll start from the start. AFL, AFL under 18s, Sandful, VFL, Waffle, any. That's cool. Under 18. Vic Metro, under 18s. Oh, you're a Tiger as well, Prime. Very good. Yeah, I know. I think they're trying to get him to 300. He might have a good second half of the year, potentially. Hopefully. So obviously there's a bit of work to do here patch-wise with the face scans that are all the same. But overall, 965. So you've got Central Districts. He did, Prime, you're right. Second half of the year, 100% wound back the clock. We need him to do the same. Glenelg. North Adelaide. Norwood. Yeah, obviously, I mean, the very solid assumption here is all these will have their own likenesses at some stage. Oh, at the port, our prison bears. The tackling I found, the tackling in this Osmate I think is better than what it was in the game I played the week before. It's not as janky. West Adelaide. Woodville, West Torrens. Oh, I added a play to the watch list. Doesn't matter. Waffle. Oh, yeah. So the only thing that annoys me playing with the PS5 control on Steam is that the control buttons all on the screen default to Xbox. So this is in the watch list, so looking at all players in the game till deal. So you can add them to your watch list for like drafting and scouting purposes. I'll just add a couple, doesn't really matter, does it? So, like I said, when you see things like that, it kind of stands to reason that in some capacity we should be able to use them in the near future, I think. An assumption on my part, but it just has that look and feel, doesn't it? That if they're here, then they're obviously not far off from being used. And I dare say that the reason why we can't see them as a team we can use in this game yet is because of the likeness bit not being completed. So maybe they're trying to scan them all in, I don't know. But that would be my guess. So yeah, that's where that was. That was cool. I want to try and get through the rest of this season, but I also do want to go to bed. So many carry haplets. I mean, if you're going to pick a player to model on to get multiple of, they've picked the right one, haven't they? Oh, favourite player of all time. Oh, listen, strong marble. I mean, Richo got us through some pretty shit times. Like, as a team, we weren't the greatest during his era, but he shone a bit of a bright light where things were looking average, so I do like him. And he's been kind enough to come into my podcast a couple of times too, which is good. So I have a lot of respect for that as well. Who's your favourite player though, Brian? Hey Zimmer, welcome. No, Pro Team's not here at the moment. I dare say it will be, well, it obviously will be, in a future patch of some description. As to when, I'm not too sure. He's a very humble dude, not going to lie. Richo is a very, very good bloke. Like the fact he's obviously still very heavily involved with the club and his own media stuff. So for him to still give up his time to come onto our podcast a couple of times is pretty cool. No, all good, Zimmer. All good. It will be here, though. They obviously want to make sure it's complete and give us the best version of it possible. There's still... I'm going to put up the whole VOD of this and put it on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But there's still plenty of things on the back end that need to be tweaked. But there's patches coming, and a lot of that's probably already taken care of. And if so, Big Ant are pretty good at staying on top of this stuff. So I'm not phased. I would be more concerned if after we've had, say, 2 patches, right, that's hypothetical, if the game was still missing a lot of stuff, then I'd be a bit nervy. But early days, like I said, you've got to have a cut-off point at some stage as to when you cut the build off and put it onto a disc. So, yeah, I'll hope... oh, here we go. Brownlow. Oh, Hop won the Brownlow. Look at that. Bleed the Hawks colours. Oh, yeah, you're not wrong. Dacos is an absolute jet. So we got the awards, Brownlow medal. Richmond won too. Would be more than happy if that replicated this year. Don't think it will somehow. Zimmer, I'm not actually too sure when the first patch is scheduled, but typically with games, I think the consoles have already had an update they had to do already, so I'm not sure if that then gets passed on to Steam. I don't know how it kind of works, but... how good Sheasel is a gun too. Oh, if Hopper and Prestia, that must mean we win games. Coleman, Papley and Sparrow 35. Charlie Dixon. Williams. Yeah, they are good analysts. I also think Nathan Buckley is a good analyst too. Rising Star. Oh, runaway winner. Where was Ginny? Oh, down here. Mac, I'm not sure if you saw this before or not, but when we put it on, full time, on full length games, it was like 30 or 40 goals a piece. It was crazy. All Australian. Let's see how good they go compared to the real selectors. Key forward. They're all in position. Rucky up, midfielder. Key defender. I mean, if we're purely looking at this from a positional standpoint, they're actually more accurate than the real All-Australian team. Free agency period is open. So what does that mean? Let's see what happens. Draw trade period open. Here we go. I guess this is what they mean when they said it was in-depth. I know there was people in the chat before that were a little bit upset with it not maybe being as in-depth as they thought, but we hadn't obviously gotten to all this, so... Maybe I've got to click next for it to trigger. Trade period open. Here we go. Create new trade. Who should we try and get? Let's try and get... who am I control? I'm on Adelaide. Right. Let's trade Matt Crouch. change picks. Oh, okay, so you can change your picks. Pick 9 round 1 and your future first round draft pick. I'll go with the second round draft pick. Oh. Oh, so who I want? Let's try and get Baker. No, I don't want to negotiate a contract with him yet. Oh, okay, so you got to offer a contract as well. Right. I think it's on medium. Morale very high. That's cool, so you have to actually offer them a contract. 3 years. Negotiating. Oh, they will accept 588. Oh, I just want to see what happens. Oh, okay, so Baker's accepted the offer and is hoping a trade deal can be done. Alright, well let's see how that plays out. Free agency period closing. Oh, did I just cut it? What a dickhead. It is 2:30 in the morning, so apologies. I will try and get Dacos then. Fuck it. Crouch. And Doty. For Dacos. Yes, we want to negotiate. Oh, look how low his contract is. Might be half a chance here. $600. Probably not far off the mark, is he? North. That's 2 out of 10. Oh no, demanding little prick. He's probably. Okay, so Nick Dacos has accepted it. Okay, submit. Ah, so then you got to pick him. Okay. So you got to click on it there. Submitting offer. Collingwood immediately accept your offer. They're ecstatic with the proposed deal. Okay, so we've got Nick Dacos. We've lost Crouch and Doty though. Oh well. What I want? Triangle tackles. Triangles for tackle. Who's got pick 1 though? Yeah, we want pick 1. Spinning offer. West Coast accepted my offer. We're extremely pleased with the deal. No, that wasn't completely outrageous. So I gave him Darcy Fogarty in pick 9, pick 1. I mean, that's not that unrealistic, is it? Maybe a little bit. Trade off. Has anyone offered me? No, so no one's offered me anything. Trade period closed. Pre-draft list lodgement deadline. Oh, what's this? The list lodgement deadline is approaching. You have 21 of 39 contracted players. 3 of your 42 list spots must be safe for national draft. Players who remain unsigned. Would you like to go to list management and sign more players? I don't have the brain capacity at the moment to sign players, so I'm going to leave it to list management. Yep. National draft coming up. Got the number 1 pick. Okay. Smooth moving. Potential. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's got the potential overall. 71 to 96, 70 to 95. Oh, 69 to 99. Intercepting defender. Damn. Good question, Hawks. I'm not sure if you earn a salary. I enjoy it, Gemma. Enjoy it. Oh gosh, I need to fix that though. Ezra. Select player. Drafted stats. Continue draft. I'm sure we get another pick. Oh, we have 2 more picks. Pick 30. I'm not sure, Ring, if you can import your own draft class. I'm not too sure. Appreciate all the follows, guys. Thank you so much for the love. Hitting 1,000 follows tonight is absolutely ridiculous. I can't thank you all enough. It was unbelievably blown my mind. Blown my mind. Accumulator. Can you look at their stats though? Take Macintosh. Alright. Auto pick player, filter. No. Oh, view play. Let's see what it says here. Obviously, we'll ignore the photo. I reckon, Hawk, that's one of the hardest things to get right. Is the, all the overalls. You don't get defended on. Oh, really? Are you playing management or just normal? No, Gemma, I am using PS5 control. The only shit thing is you'll see the button descriptions down the bottom of the screen are all Xbox, but it does that for every game. It's annoying. So skill and proficiency, stats. Oh, it still tells you the overall stats. General play. Let's select Macintosh. Yeah, Hawk, you're right. It's so dynamic, isn't it? But I suppose that's why, I know not everyone agrees with Champion Data stats some of the time, but having them on board to give some kind of a basis of a guideline is probably going to be a good thing, so it's not left to interpretation, but it's more stat-based. And I think they then kind of make it applicable to in-game stuff. It's better than just making it up, I suppose. Like I said, we don't have to necessarily agree with it, but I just think from a consistency point of view, to have the same data and the same people using that data all the way through will probably give us some consistency at some level. Look how they're coming forward. Yeah, it's not a bad little touch getting them involved. It just adds value to the ratings, I suppose. Like I said, not everyone's going to agree with whoever's overalls are 95 and 96 and whatever. But the fact they've got Champion Data involved, that allows them to then update during the year and do things like that, which is pretty cool. Unless you're a Richmond supporter like me and you're going to end up with a shit team at the rate we're going. Complete draft. my rookie draft. I'll probably have to wrap up after this. My brain's gone numb. Yeah, agree, Power. Agree. Like, champion data's the pinnacle of the stats, aren't they? So, the only other thing I hope that happens with Pro Team is I hope at some point in the future they link up with whoever the card, whether it's Select or whoever else, to get like cool card art. That would be kind of neat too. On the Hawks, hey, we're holding up the ladder together almost. My wife's Hawk, so it's a miserable household with the footy at the moment. Oh yeah, I'll try and see that. Yep. I mean, we've seen how all this works. I'm just going to select a play art because I don't want to have to keep going over that too much. 7 flags. Is the 89, is it? Okay. Papley's annoyingly good though, in real life. He's one of those players that you'd love to have on your team, but you hate playing against. And like we were talking to Big N about the use of champion data, and that's why they were keen to use champion data, because it's irrefutable. It's stat-based. You don't have to agree with it, but there's logic in this statistical evidence to back up why a player is ranked a certain way because of X, Y, and Z. So apparently the reason for Patrick Cripps' lower rating is because his time on ground stat was kind of skewed because he rests forward versus not being in the midfield, and all those kind of things come into play, and it spits out the rating. But yeah, it's just really interesting to hear how it all kind of comes together. Yeah, Evolve, I can show you the online menu. There's honestly not much to see though. It just says quick game, but I'll show you. That's okay. Stats don't lie. Exactly. Fast forward. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see that button earlier. So we want to see... Oh, there we go. So there's the finals bracket. Port Adelaide smoked Melbourne. Review match summary. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't pick the grand final. There we go. Match stats. $75 inside 50s if you don't mind. Rosie with 2 goals. Spoke with 11 disposals. I mean, Gemma, I don't know if I can be any help because I literally just plug it in and it worked. I've had it plugged in sort of for months now because of playing a whole raft of different games. I don't know if there's anything at the download though to do. I'm not too sure. I'll try and find out, but I just always thought it was just plug and play. Play online, it's just quick match. There's nothing special. I pray that they update this and do better stuff with this part, but there we go. Anyway, it's 2:45 and I am cooked, so I'm going to drop off and go to bed. But I am home all day tomorrow, so I'll be streaming, which will be good. So much appreciated. Thank you so much to everyone for your love and support. Really, really appreciate it. I'm glad I could bring you some type of content. I hope those of you who are getting the game tomorrow enjoy. Hopefully you have fun with it. Like I said, just keep in mind there's patches coming. There are things that aren't perfect. There are a lot of things that are good. But just trust the Big Ant are all across the stuff that has to be fixed, and you know, keep flagging it respectfully because they need to hear and see things that need to be patched up. So that's okay to do. But just enjoy the game for what it is. It's definitely better than the previous versions I've played in the lead up. And I've got no doubt it's going to keep going to another level once a few more things get polished. But yeah, for a starting, you got to remember, guys, this is a starting block game because it's been a decade. So I don't think you could ask for much more. But no, I think this is good. I think people are going to enjoy it. Feel free to tune in tomorrow. I'll stream during the day as well. I've got the day off, so I'll probably just be doing some career stuff. No, Ned, it's not available at the moment, so I dare say it'll be on one of the patches coming up. But we'll see how that goes. So I will do a raid though, a good friend of mine, Prometheus Hound, who we ran a competition together before, is also playing AFL. So you can go and harass him. He might shoot himself when 135 people pop over, but that'd be quite funny. Prometheus, I don't know if he's listening or not. Yeah, I feel for you Xbox guys, I really do. I really do. It's 666. Make sure we hang around for the raid. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. Much appreciated. Your love and support. You're sensational. Thank you for the 1,000 followers all up. It blows my mind. Love to you all. And I will speak to you all soon. Hit me up on all the socials if you've got questions, comments. Send me photos and screenshots of your results and all the cool things you do with the game. So, always keen to chat and hear about that stuff. Let's go raid the Hound. Let's show him some love. Make sure you drop him a follow. He's an absolute superstar. Like we said, we ran a competition earlier to give away a copy. He's playing AFL, so make him show you stuff that I haven't shown you yet because my brain's fried. He's a North Melbourne supporter, so make sure you give him shit for that too. But have a good night, guys. And I'll see you soon.